This course is produced by the Northern Hardwoods Research Institute. Welcome to the NHRI Core Series course, Growing More and Better Hardwoods, covering the key concepts for the silviculture of hardwood and mixed wood stands in New Brunswick. This course is structured around 5 distinct modules, each addressing a key strategic priority. Collectively, these priorities articulate a clear and comprehensive proposal approach designed to transform current forest management practices in New Brunswick, with the explicit goal of significantly increasing the quantity and enhancing the quality of hardwood resources on Crown land. In this module, we'll explore the key priority, back to silviculture basics. We will now proceed with a lecture on managing competition growth and regeneration in hardwood stands.
The fundamental complexity of hardwood silviculture is widely acknowledged within this professional community. Hardwood management presents significant operational and ecological challenges that distinguish it notably from the traditional practices prevalent in this province. Specifically, the silviculture of hardwoods limits reliance on artificial regeneration. We cannot implement standardized silver bullet regimes that involve reset mechanisms, such as scarification, broad-scale herbicide use, or dependence on the genetics of planted seedlings. We recognize the significant diversity within hardwood silvics, a species range perhaps broader than any other group in New Brunswick. Critically, after 14 years of current management practices, the single most significant observed deficiency remains the pervasive failure to successfully establish new cohorts required for the forest of the future. Despite these challenges, the fundamental pyramid of management priorities for New Brunswick hardwoods remains constant. The highest priority tier is consistently focused on successfully regenerating the desired species mix. The second foundational priority involves mitigating the risk of value loss in current crop trees and ensuring their protection. The subsequent tier is dedicated to enhancing the quality and optimizing the growth rate of established crop trees. Tiers 3 and 4, which involve silvicultural intensification and eventually tree-by-tree management, represent future strategic directions that require further development and are not the focus of this immediate discussion. Our analysis and recommendations will concentrate entirely on addressing and reinforcing the actions within the first 2 foundational tiers. Concept 1. Competition and tree size drive growth. The first core concept is that competition and tree size are the primary drivers of tree growth. While this principle originates from historic Great Lakes studies, its validity has been consistently demonstrated across New Brunswick, Quebec, and Ontario, and it remains highly current. At the single tree level, diameter increment is determined primarily by the species, followed by the existing tree size and the degree of competition. This relationship is critical to management success. For species like sugar maple and yellow birch, annual growth rate typically plateaus or stagnates around the 45-centimeter diameter at breast height, DBH mark. Management intervention is essential to break this stagnation. Our data shows that a light thinning regime significantly improves these growth rates. A moderate thinning further increases the increment, with the most pronounced impact observed on smaller, younger trees. A heavier thinning provides the best overall growth response. It is also vital to note that when spacing is uneven, such as leaving pockets or thinning only groups of trees, the desired growth response is substantially diminished, as illustrated by the purple line in the accompanying data. Our analysis demonstrates that thinning young and small trees can result in a 2.5-fold increase in their growth rate. This presents a significant opportunity to fundamentally modify our existing harvest-based silviculture. Failure to implement this targeted management will leave trees confined to the suboptimal trajectory illustrated by the red curve. The primary takeaways regarding single tree growth are clear. Individual tree growth is dependent on species, DBH, and growing space. The maximum annual growth rate occurs prior to the 45-centimeter DBH threshold. Growing space is critical. Its management amplifies the growth rate. Release treatments have a demonstrably greater effect on trees smaller than 35 centimeters dBH. Unreleased, small, and medium trees will inevitably stagnate, emphasizing the need to actively maintain ideal diameter distributions. It is imperative to pursue even distribution of residual trees and to promote commercial thinning actively. This prevents reliance on default regimes that lead to clear-cutting without essential density management interventions. Consequently, the yield curves used for resource projections must be sensitive and responsive to these silvicultural actions. This discussion focused on the single tree level. A common inquiry is how these principles translate to the hectare or stand level. Our findings confirm the decades of analysis conducted in Ontario. There exists an optimal residual basal area that maximizes stem growth. This optimal level is notably lower than what management intuition often suggests. Research indicates the sweet spot for maximizing stand growth is a residual BA between 12 and 18 square meters per hectare. Our localized data validations in New Brunswick have precisely confirmed this range.
This finding carries critical weight. Management strategies that aim at retaining residual basal area above this threshold will compromise overall stand volume increment. Therefore, the two core concepts, single tree growth optimization and stand level growth maximization, function synergistically, confirming that the growth trajectories observed at the individual tree level are consistent with outcomes at the stand scale. To conclude this lecture, we have established the critical context for management intervention, defined the challenge of cohort establishment, and identified the two foundational priorities: successful regeneration and effective density management.
Continue your professional development by exploring other lectures within this module, covering the key priority, back to silviculture basics. We also recommend reviewing the foundational material available on the platform related to this course, as these concepts are essential for a comprehensive understanding. For further resources, please visit our website to learn more about the Institute's research, products, and professional services.